The Amazon rainforest covers most of Brazil and branches out into the northern part of South America as well. The equator runs right through the middle of the Amazon, causing it to have a tropical wet climate. What is a tropical wet climate? Well, in a tropical wet climate, in this case, the equator runs right through the middle of the rainforest. And it rains all year, there's never a defined dry season, it's warm and humid because of the equator, and there's a lot of plant life. Also, another part of this climate is the ocean and air temperatures. The ocean heat comes from global warming, which causes the air temperature to rise, sometimes causing wildfires that can spread miles and could possibly be devastating. But the ocean can change temperature and cool down, so there are very few fires. The seasons of the Amazon rainforest. The Amazon rainforest only has 2 of the 4 seasons, spring and summer. They do not have winter or fall. Because of the positioning of the Earth and the equator runs right through the middle of it, then that means it would be humid and there would be no snow that could be existent. Now that we've talked about the climate of this harsh biome, we are going to show you some survival items in a survival pack that we have created.
The first item that we want to put in the kit is a cooling towel. This towel will help prevent heat stroke in the hot forest. The way that you activate this towel is to submerge it in water, and since there is so much water in the Amazon, there will always be some sort of water source for you to use. This item will help minimize the heat transfers to make sure that the person does not get overheated.
If there isn't a big body of water near you when wanting to use this towel, since it's always raining, look for a nearby water puddle on the ground to use.
The second item that we'd like to put in the survival kit is a water/stormproof lighter that can be used in the worst storms or also when it has been submerged in water. This can be used to start a fire for warmth in the cooler night. We also wanted a lighter that can withstand the landscape if it were to drop a far distance. This will address the problem of warmth and or light during the night.
The way that you would start a fire with this item is you would find dry tinder and kindling to start small so that you can build up your fire and waste no supplies. And do make sure that there are ventilation areas where oxygen can get into the fire by putting openings or space between logs so that the oxygen can get in and feed it. You want to try and block as much rain as you can from the fire so it will burn long.
If you don't have direct access to dry wood, you would want to look for little branches and bushes and pretty much anything dry in the vicinity.
The third item that we want to include is a Livestraw Go water bottle. You can use this water bottle to contain water and make sure that you have the water that you need. This water bottle takes any water from any source and purifies the water on the way to your mouth, providing you a way to collect water and purify it at the same time.
In every harsh survival environment or in regular day-to-day life, you need water, and this addresses that water necessity. Purify means remove contaminants from.
The fourth item that we wanted to include is a fabric self-adhesive bandage roll. In the forest, anything can happen, so we want to provide a way to seal your wounds away from the elements. This is made to make sure that if any injuries were to happen, you have a way to enclose them from the wilderness. This can help you by making sure your wound doesn't get infected.
The last item that will be included in our survival kit will be a pocket knife. We wanted to include this because in the Amazon there are many animals and plants that can be harmful or that can be used for food, and in order to inhabit these useful items you may need to use a weapon.
Some ways that you can use the pocket knife are cutting tree branches, getting food by killing animals. You can always use it to cut bandages in the kit if you have too much. There are many other ways to use this pocket knife.
These are the items that will be included in our survival kit fit just for the Amazon rainforest, and we hope that this will aid you in your next trip to the Amazon.
Created using Powtoon.